Welcome to JazzTime.com. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online. If you want to know the price of the watch, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate it if you'll buy a watch from JazzTime.com once in a while. Today I'll be reviewing a newly released Rolex watch. While the model specifically is not a new model, the specific dial, this Roman numerals with the ice blue dial, is new to 2021. This is the Rolex Date 40. This is the model or reference number 228206. We'll be going over the dial, bezel, case, crown, bracelet, clasp, and we'll talk about the movement towards the end of the video. So jumping right into the dial here, you can see very beautiful, gorgeous ice blue dial. This is unique to the Date model in the platinum. You can see it's just this very nice light blue sort of sheen with a sunbursting feature. You can see the sunbursting feature by the differences in shadows and lights. You can see it sort of fans out the light in the at the 9 and 3 o'clock position, where we have this contrasting shadow from the 12 to the 6. And as I tilt it against the light, you can see it just sort of maneuver around. So it's a very eye-catching dial, along with that specific color that you can only find on this Date watch. And if it wasn't obvious enough, this, as it being a Date watch, we have the date at the 12 o'clock position and the date at the 3 o'clock position. The date is covered with a Cyclops lens that protrudes from that sapphire crystal for magnification and easy viewing of that date. Specifically, the Roman numerals are unique to the 2021 version. The previous models of this that did have this, what they called ice blue dial, was in the index hour markers, and the index hour markers had a different type of variation called the diagonal motif, where it was sort of a crisscross lines all around the dial. And then if you didn't like that, you could also get it in this style dial, but it had to be in diamonds with diamond baguettes. So this enters a new sort of entry-level option if you're looking for this specific dial. The Roman numerals, of course, you can see are fashioned all around the dial. So it makes it easy to read during the day. Unfortunately, no luminosity on this watch, so you'll have a harder time if you're planning on reading this watch at night. Besides that, we have the Rolex crown logo at the 12 o'clock position right underneath the day. Rolex Oyster Perpetual Date text underneath that, and a black text to contrast against that blue dial to make it easier to read, and a superlative chronometer officially certified at the 6 o'clock position, letting you know that this watch is within Swiss specs. Moving on now, we have a very beautiful high polished smooth bezel, and that's also in the platinum as well. As you can see, just very reflective over that dial. Okay, moving on to the case now. The case, as the name states, Date 40. This is a 40mm watch. Index finger to my thumb here. That's 40mm in diameter. From the side profile view of the watch, you can see that it's nicely high polished on the sides of the watch. That matches with that high polish on the sides of the bracelet as well. And on the other side, here is that high polish once again. You can see that the Rolex crown logo is on the crown itself. And for this specific water resistance for this watch, you're looking at 100 meters or 330 feet. And that's only when the crown is nice and tight in against the case. Before I move on to the crown functions, I just want you to note that you can see that this watch is actually very nice and thin. This is actually one of the updates from the previous predecessor, the 118206, or just these older style dates. They used to be a lot thicker, but now they're a lot more sleeker from the lugs in the case. So we have a nice, more refined case overall that's very nice and sleek, and will fit comfortably on the wrist without protruding too much, letting you wear this watch very nicely with something like a dress shirt, so it doesn't get caught on the cuff or whatnot. All right, so moving on to the crown functions. As I mentioned, water resistance of 100 meters or 330 feet. We're gonna go ahead and open that crown by unwinding counterclockwise. From its open position, this is where you can wind the watch. About 15 to 20 winds is all you need to get the watch started once more. Pulling the crown out, actually I'm going to pull it out to the final position because I want you to be able to see this. So I'm going to put it back into that initial position. This is the beginning position. I'm going to put one touch out, and then as you see, as I go clockwise, I can change the date very quickly. And at the 12 o'clock position, just by going counterclockwise, I can change the day very quickly and easily. All right, And then pulling that crown out to the final position, as you saw, I was just able to adjust the hands however I like. I'm going to put it a little bit past the date so it's not blocked there. But you can also see the second hand has stopped as well. And that is because when the crown is out to the final position, it does stop that hacking movement of that second hand. Pressing it back in, we'll start that second hand once more. And the reason for that is so you can set your time to an atomic clock online. Setting the time down to the exact seconds, so that's very useful for that. And as you saw, I screwed the crown nice and tight back in against the case, as we want to keep this watch water resistant. All right, moving on to the bracelet now. So very beautiful platinum bracelet. We have a differencing of polishing. We have a 3-piece link. This is called the President style bracelet. It's sort of a mixture between the Oyster and the Jubilee bracelet, as we have 3-piece links instead of a 5-piece links of a Jubilee. But also we still have that nice finish down the center of the high polish on this platinum watch, with the outer of the links being a satin finish, and that's just to add a nice contrast to bring more of that shine out. You can see very uniform patterns throughout, besides the tapering from the first few links down to the back to keep that proportional view of that watch overall. As you can see, this is probably what it will look like on the wrist, but I will show you how it actually looks on the wrist because I'll be trying on this watch. But you can see that pattern is kept throughout, only to be broken by this, the Rolex crown logo. And the reason why it's there is because this is where the clasp is located. Opening it up, we have this beautiful sandblasted finish with the Rolex name embossed onto that clasp blade there. And you can see very simple clasp. This is called a concealing folding crown clasp, and it's a very nice thing to have. As you can see, it keeps that pattern throughout the whole bracelet rather than breaking up with something like a folding, like a large folding clasp. So it's a very nice finish to the bracelet. Moving on to the case back now, you can see the case back here is very beautifully high satin finish in a unidirection with a nice high polish around the very outer edge of that case back. From the movement is a Rolex in-house made movement, of course. It's a perpetual mechanical self-winding movement, caliber 3255 movement. The 3255 movement has a precision of -2 + 2 seconds a day. Has the functions as I've shown you with the functioning of the hour, minute, and second hand, instantaneous changing of the date and the day, and then of course stopping of the second hand for precise time setting as well. The oscillator has a paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring, which aids in resistance against magnetism, as if your watch gets magnetized, it will cause it to run erratically and not on time, of course. And it has high performance Paraflex shock absorbers, which are in-house made shock absorbers by Rolex that they claim absorbs 50% more shocks than an industry standard KIF or Inca block shock absorbers. The power reserve is a whopping 70-hour power reserve, meaning that you can put this watch down on a Friday evening, pick it back up on a Monday afternoon, and you'll be keeping time just fine. But besides that, very beautiful watch overall. I'm gonna actually go ahead and show you this watch on my wrist now. So we're gonna go look for that concealed folding crown clasp. Pop that open there. Let's slide this on my wrist. Oops. One thing to keep in mind, I do have an average man size wrist of a 7" or 7¼ wrist. You can see I still have a little play there. But there's a watch. Absolutely beautiful style watch. This is a very unique watch if you're looking for this specific dial, as this only exists on the platinum style version of this watch. You have the nice beautiful ice blue with the second hand being a nice dark blue to contrast, make it easier to read as it goes around the dial. Of course, day and date feature, can't go wrong with that. But the platinum, one thing to mention about the platinum is that platinum is a very heavy metal compared to the rest of the metals that you can buy a day in, which is, you know, yellow gold or white gold. So if you get wrist fatigue very often just from having a larger watch or whatnot, that's something to keep in mind, because this watch will have a weight to it. You'll actually feel this on your wrist. Some of you will get used to it, as some people do have larger wrists and can't get used to this, used to the weight of the watch. But if you have a smaller wrist, this watch might not be for you. You might want to actually look towards getting a yellow gold version or a white gold version instead. But overall, very, very beautiful watch. Beautiful shine from the bezel, beautiful unique dial. If you're interested in this watch for the lowest possible price, check out our website, jazztime.com. If the lowest price is guaranteed, we offer a 1-year warranty. And if you liked the video, please like, comment, subscribe below. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.